visiting sideline, look at the head coach of the Vikings. These guys coming off their first loss of the year don't want to fall to 500 here. On the Steelers sideline, that is head coach Mike Tomlin. His guys serving as the home team here in the Irish capital. From the booth alongside Brock Hewitt, I'm Kate Scott, and we're just about set to get this one started. And away we go from Dublin. He's brought down just inside the 25. Well, here come the Vikings, taking the field for their first drive of the game. And they'll be let out by someone that we'll get a look at here, this second-year passer.
Some tough luck last week for this quarterback, Kate. 2 touchdowns, the 1 interception, and you just know the way it works. These coaches love to tell us they always think about the losses. They sting way more than the wins. It's the same thing with the quarterback. He's not thinking about the touchdowns. He's thinking about correcting that interception and knowing right here he's got to play some clean ball.
Now we'll take a moment to check out his numbers on the ground from a week ago. Less than a ruler needed here on second down.
Here we go. Set. Cowboys.
They give it to him again. They stop him just in time. He got back to the line, but denied the yard they needed. Third down coming up. The line between safeties and linebackers gets real blurred on plays like that, Brock. He handled that one just like a Mike would have.
Yeah, if injuries were to ever crop up, Kate, I bet he could handle the linebacker spot for them as well. Just tremendous diagnosis and that run support.
No gain on the play. Defense holds yet again, and now it's 4th and a yard.
It's now 4th down.
That's grabbed at the 10. And he'll scrape together what he can on the return. He gets it back to the 20. So the Steeler offense getting out there for its opening drive of the game. And my partner Brock Hewitt is excited about this one, pumping his fists already. It's one of the rare southpaw quarterbacks who's bringing them out.
You know, Kate, sometimes they say great quarterbacks are like great point guards. And much like we measure point guards in basketball with the assist-to-turnover ratio, and you love a 3-to-1 assist-to-turnover ratio that will win you ball games, same with quarterback. 3 touchdowns.
On the right sideline, there's space. He's all the way home. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The Steelers don't need long to take a 6-0 lead. One after up is good for Boswell. And the Steelers will jump out to a 7-0 lead.
Vikings nothing.
The kicking team out there for the Steelers, and here they go to send it away. Returning it from the 4. And this drive will start inside the 25. Now for the second time this game, we get a look at this Vikings offense. And they haven't gotten their legs under them on offense just yet, Brock. 3 plays and a punt on their opening drive. Minnesota into formation. It's 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Plowing up the middle. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
Stopped right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force, and the defense wins out.
Shotgun handoff now to Chandler. Escapes the defender. Rolling into enemy territory. Still fighting forward. And he'll bring it to the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. The Vikings reach pay dirt for the first time this game. Wow, just sensational speed from the back that time, Brock. He found a seam, got through it, and he was gone.
You know, it's one thing, Kate, to have singles hitters, right? And you love those, and you appreciate guys that can get on base. But it's the home run hitters that are the difference makers, and what a big-time effort.
Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. Brown with a return here. Breaks the tackle. And they get to him before he can amount to much, just beyond that 15-yard line. Mike Tomlin sending the Steelers out there for another drive. Well, Brock, it only took them 1 play to reach the end zone last drive. They might have to work a little bit harder this time out. The Pittsburgh offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. And the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards. Following the run, we see he's still out there dealing with some sort of injury. They'll head out to check on him. After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7.
70s.
Shotgun handoff to Warren. Not much space available there. Maybe 2. That brings up 3rd down.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll have it up to about the 23-yard line on the play. The Steelers set to punt it. And they could really use a good one here. It's a fake from deep on their own half. And no success on the fake punch. That was way too tough to connect on the throw. That's a turnover on downs. Vikings to the line now. Here's 1st and 10. Working now from the gun. Hits his running back. It's a Minnesota touchdown. The Vikings take the lead on the first play of the drive. Record there to tack on the extra points. And the Vikings take the lead here, 14-7 in the first.
Steelers 7.
Here's Reichert set to kick this away. Brown with a return here. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. The Steeler offense set to get back on the field. And as they get set, Carter, gotta imagine they're bringing some urgency with them to the field this drive, too.
Yeah, I think you and I both know in calling these NFL games that sense of urgency can be replaced by full-blown panic in a hurry. So find a way to possess the ball and, more importantly, score some points.
Now this is going to come to an end right at the 32-yard line. Coming to the line, this is 1st and 10.
That's good for us, Steelers.
He keeps this one himself. He finds him 6 yards on that 1st down run.
The difference right there, Kate, between that gain and a big hit for a loss, some really quick decision-making. He made a quick read, saw the running back was going to get hit if he handed it, and he pulls it himself for a positive gain.
Upping the tempo with some hurry-up offense. From the gun on 3rd down. He's got Jones for the completion. Down to the 10. And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The Steelers cut it to a lone point on the scoreboard. Boswell gets that point after the go. And the Steelers tie things up at 14. So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. Here's a return from the 7. And he's walloped just as he gets across the 25. What a hit. He's down shy of the 30. After that return, he's looking pretty banged up out there. We're going to have a stoppage as team personnel comes out to look at him. He's got it on the bootleg. And the steel curtain just too much. He's taken down. And nice work by the defense to start this drive out. It's a sack on the first play. Gonna need something special here. 2nd and 20 following the sack. They're gonna try and throw it here. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, kid, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
The Vikings getting their punt team out. And he wants to hit his second effort just as well as he hit his first. And finally, they're able to corral him, but up before he gets a hefty amount on that return. This offense headed back to the field, led by their receiver. And they're coming off an excellent series throwing the football that led to that touchdown, Brock. So you and I both expecting that defense to be looking for that on this series. They'll start the drive with Warren. And he powers ahead for about 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
The cool thing about a drive starting run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity to play whatever you want to do. But as for me, I like to reward that run. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
That throw behind his intended target. Well, he's been perfect to that point on the drive, Brock. First time we've seen this coverage force him into a misstep in a while.
I know you hear me talk all the time, Kate, about the rhythm of an offense, right?
Yep.
And I look at it through those optics so much. But it's the same thing defensively. You've got to get a stop, see the ball hit the ground, and knock them out of that rhythm.
And he's tackled with the first down yardage. Well, the good part is he did bring that play to a stop. Unfortunately, looks like he got banged up on the tackle. He's in some discomfort out there.
Here we go. Ready?
Looks like they're going option keeper on 1st and 10. And they make the stop after giving up 6 yards. Good run on 1st. It's 2nd down.
Not that he needed to, but he'll always try and remind people that he's a threat running it in addition to slinging it all over the field.
Looking for a pass on 2nd and short. It's this underneath to Warren. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. They'll come up on 1st and 10. Warren here from the gun. And that's going to be a gain of 8 on 1st down.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run, crossing that 1st down marker.
And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
That offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to 1st down. But instead, the defense, well, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out on 3rd and short.
Gets it to the 15. And he will score. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The Steelers break the tie here in the 1st. Point after up and good from Boswell. And the Steelers break that tie and now lead by 7.
Vikings 14.
The kicking team out there for the Steelers, and here they go to send it away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And he's brought down just inside the 25.
Vikings take over 1st and 10.
All right, starting in the pistol this time, Brock. 1st and 10. Quick throw is caught. And they will finally catch up to him just a second before he could reach that 40.
Number 82. A gain of 14. And the Vikings 1st down.
Got it. Ready?
So before they can get set and snap it, the clock runs out on quarter 1. 21-14, our score. More from this one right after this. We're ready now for the 2nd quarter to begin. Vikings in control of it. They're looking at 1st down here. And he's not going to manage to get back to the line even. Tackled for a loss. We've got 2nd and 11. The presence of those tight ends works both ways, Brock. You know this. Gives them more blockers up front, but it also clues the defense in to be ready for that run.
Yeah, you could put 7 blockers up there, even put 8, I don't know, 9. All the blockers in the world, but if they don't work in concert together to create a lane, then no.
And he's going to get this to the opposing 41. Bringing the offense up to the line. 1st and 10.
1st down, Minnesota.
Ready?
Looking in the air here. Taking a chance to the end zone. And he's going to score a touchdown, Minnesota. The Vikings can tie it up in the 2nd after cutting into the lead. One after try good by Reichert. And the Vikings tie this game at 21. Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. Brown with a return here. 30. Space, left sideline, and he's off to the races. Touchdown! He takes the kick all the way back for 6. Well, when it's set up perfectly, Brock, and you get an exciting return man back there fielding it, wow, there are not many plays in football more exciting than taking a kick back for 6.
Find those blockers, follow those blockers, and then step on the gas. So simple for me to describe, yet so tough to execute on the field.
What do you think, Brock? Can we get dueling kick return touchdowns, huh? Let's find out. The kick is away. Fielded at the 7. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down. The offense returning to the field now as we get a look at their wideouts. And in a high-scoring game to this point, everyone anticipating, well, even more points as they take the field. First call here coming from the shotgun. It's an option right that begins this drive. Only able to get back to the line on that first down play, so no gain. So some immediate revenge for that last play, Brock. I don't know. What do you think? Is it going to take away the pain from giving up that big run the prior play?
Not necessarily, because it really does take a good failure to give up a big run like that in the NFL, but it also takes a whole lot of teamwork to knock them behind the sticks. Job well done there.
That's 16 on the pickup. And the Vikings are going to have a first down.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
Working on first down. Quick slant, caught by Washington. This one is stopped after about a 5-yard pickup. The tackle made it to 45. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5.
At the 45-yard line.
Going back, it's the handoff. He's unable to get away from that tackle. Good work by the defense. Nothing gained on 2nd down. Ooh, talk about a bad look there, Brock. Going jumbo set and still moving backwards after that play.
I don't think you're talking to this defense, Kate, because I think they thought that was an excellent look to knock that thing backwards.
Good point, good point. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And that leaves them with 4th and 5. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. And he got a little too much leg into that one. That's a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity, no doubt. This ball's coming out to the 20. The Steelers back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. They're on a 3-game winning streak, Brock, and working to stretch that out to 4.
Let's go.
They'll start on the ground here with Warren. He's going to get this one to the 36-yard line. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
He's dropping back to throw. It's cut along the left sideline. And the stop is made as he drives this to the opposing 43. To the line and set. Here we go, first down. Trying an inside give to Warren. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the 42-yard line.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Ready, right?
They'll go again with Warren. And he's down to almost, nope, actually going to give him the 30 here. All set now, 1st and 10.
First down. First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Warren once more. They're going to be working from the red zone as he reaches the 16. Big gain, 14 on the play. And a fresh set of downs for Pittsburgh.
At the 16-yard line.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And this one's going the wrong way. Nice win for that defense as they send him backwards. Drive's been moving nicely, but they went the wrong way on that last snap. It's 2nd and 13. Changing things up, they're going to throw now. Cut near the goal line. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The Steelers take a 13-point lead. Roswell gets that point after the go. And the Steelers double their lead to 14.
Vikings 21.
The kicking team out there for the Steelers, and here they go to send it away. Has this at the 6. Ooh, a big lick from the coverage team there. That is going to stop things before they can get it to the 30. The Vikings now set to take the field. And there is room for improvement from that previous drive. Stalled out, necessitated a call to that punt team.
Yeah, and in these situations, I always love reminding the offense that first down. Just move the chains the first time to get yourself into rhythm, because you don't want to see that.
They connect on the deep shot. And he will get this inside the 30.
To number 80. A gain of 45 yards.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
That is exactly why you rally to the football. He got through one tackle, but the next guy gets him for a loss.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12.
Let's go now.
Well, Brock, a lot of scoring so far as we have reached our 2-minute warning. More from Dublin after this. Offense to the line, 2nd down.
Here we go, set.
Back to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And for the 2nd straight play, Brock, they're headed the wrong way, and that's going to bring up a tough 3rd down.
3rd and long.
Viking 8.
3rd and long for him here. This is Jefferson, and he's got it. This is going to take him into the red zone. He's down at the 16-yard line. We'll keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10. Trying the right side. And 2nd down is going to be a good bit tougher. He can't even get back to the line. This play loses yards. We get a stoppage here. One of their big blockers up front. In some pain following that play. He's being attended to. All right, a couple yards to make up, Brock. Time to rediscover the magic on this drive. Here's 2nd and 12. Back to throw. Dumps it off to his running back. And they're all over that screen, Brock. Didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. The Steelers calling their first time out. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
Kate, that's one of those situations as a quarterback that on my grade sheet, that's a negative. That screen was ambushed by the defense, and you've got to throw it away. Just find a way to put it at his feet and not create a negative play for your offense.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. And now they're staring at 4th and long. Reichard connects there. And that gets him back to within 11.
Hey, facing a deficit that's going to follow you into halftime in that locker room, they will welcome those 3 points and a little bit of feel-good momentum.
Here's Reichard set to kick this away. Worthy now to return it. He's got a lane up past the 30. And that's where they'll begin the drive following his effort. The Steelers headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And he sure has put on that chef's hat to dice up their defense early in this one. Quite the appetizer that he's prepared to what could be a great overall performance. And he has it along the sideline, but he got a little too close to that edge. They're going to say he's out of bounds. We've got 2nd down. Following the incomplete pass, 2nd and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go, here we go.
Off the play fake, he'll throw. He's going to try another deep one here. Looked well downfield for that one. All he found was a waiting defender to knock it away. 3rd down coming up.
A small little jab there finally landed by the defense. Able to break up one of these passes, but let's be real. We know who's been landing the heavy punches all game long. Looks like they're going to keep being aggressive too, Kate. I love that. Stay on the gas.
And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
Kate, as a quarterback, that is so rough. Incomplete, incomplete, incomplete. You're going to something.
And here we go. It's another fake. And the fake punt is not going to keep things going, Brock. He winds up short. They're going to turn this football over on downs. Back to pass on 1st and 10. Connecting on the slant. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21.
It's a gain of 9.
Offense at the line, but they won't snap it. We've got a timeout.
At the 21-yard line.
And pushing him out of the backfield left. Second down, looking for options. And back-to-back passes that should have been intercepted. Two great chances to take it away. Both of them dropped, Brock, and now they stay out there for third down. Offense headed to the line. Just need to punch it forward a yard to reset the downs. Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Steelers make the defensive stand and come through with a turnover in the final moments of the half. Third down from this distance, Brock. That is a spot you expect your offense to convert, but you also expect your defense to make the stop. This time, the defense won out with a nice interception.
Yeah, in that scenario, it's really like an outfielder in baseball, Kate, right? If you're going to go for it, as a defender, if you're going to just pull the trigger and you're going to go for it, you better make it happen, and you better get that pick. Otherwise, you're giving up a first down conversion. He gets the pick, and those defensive coaches and that defense celebrating on the sidelines.
He'll throw it. Trying for the deep ball. And this ball's incomplete with just 2 seconds remaining.
That's somebody they're going to look for if he has any space deep. That space, though, Kate, just disappeared between when he let that pass go and when he actually made it down the field.
He's going to be taken down here after he takes it to the 45. So entering, not everyone's a fan of the out-of-town scoreboard. We'll keep our focus right here. Let's get back to football with the start of the second half. Now, this Irish crowd has been great so far. No surprise there, and still 2 quarters left to play here in Dublin. Worthy now to return it. Good work so far. He's got room. And he goes out of bounds, short of the 45, but still in excellent shape across the 40.
Hey, you go into halftime with a double-digit lead, your #1 objective, and they'll all say it in that locker room, it's 0-0 to begin the second half. So you want to come out firing the same way you did in that first half, and that kick return that he took matters in his own hands.
And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got second down.
Incomplete. It's second down and 10.
Ready?
Trying to throw this from the gun. First real mistake, that's intercepted. And the Vikings are going to have it. And he's going to hang on to that football. That's his first career interception. So good field position to start with for the Vikings. It's 1st and 10.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 46-yard line.
They'll work against the blitz. Short pass brought in. And he gets it past the 50 and down to the Steelers' side of the field. 2nd and 3 now.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 48-yard line.
Off the play fake, he'll throw. Connects on the crosser. And they get this down to the 28. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
They'll throw it here on 1st. Goes right back to Jefferson, complete. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down.
Let's go now.
At the 26-yard line.
They'll motion him out of the backfield. Throwing it again here. Has him on the quick hitter. And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20.
Kate, if you and I took a whirlwind tour and watched young quarterbacks, the hardest route to complete is this one. A lot of them could throw go routes and slants and drags and in cuts, but throwing that out route takes some time, takes some precision, and a whole bunch of trust between QB and receiver.
Finds him over the middle. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made. Coming to the line for another 1st and 10.
First down.
He's going to throw it again. This one's caught. And this one doesn't go far.
I'm not going to lie. I know they got a completion, and completions, you never turn them down. But to make that throw for those yards in the double coverage, that's way too much risk for that reward.
No!
To the right, hauled in by Jefferson. And And that's a Minnesota touchdown. The Vikings start the second half with some needed points. Not a lot of processing time from the moment he pulled it back to the moment he made that throw, Brock. But I think we can all agree he made the right choice not to hand it off, and then the right read on that throw.
Yeah, he sure did, kid. It kind of reminds me of the option quarterbacks of our day growing up, right? Those guys that made that pitch, and it was just second nature. They were on the run, guys all around. It didn't matter. He's going to put that pitch right on them. Great RPO quarterbacks of today do exactly the same thing with their throws.
Ball is set up, and it's away. Just a three-point game now. Worthy now to return it. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful effort. Now the offense getting set to go for the Steelers. They've certainly had no issues scoring, but their opponents have been right there with them, so they can really use some more points on this drive. Drive starts with a quick throw left, complete. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. It's a 29-yard gain. Man, the Steelers have a first down. One play in, and they are already close to midfield. Warren running between the tackles. Open space inside the 40. And they're on him to send him out right before he gets to that 30-yard line. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down. New set of downs for him from the 31. First down, and they go right back to him. And finally, they bring him down. He shook off a couple of defenders there on a nice pickup. So gain of 5 on that first down. Let's see if they can repeat that performance now here on second. This is Warren, headed right. And all that for a single yard. What an effort to get what he could there. They made it to single yard that time. They're going to have to solve third down and 4.
Third and 4.
Let's go. Trap 60, trap 6, Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
Setting up to throw. It's on target to Johnson. And that's a Pittsburgh touchdown. The Steelers making a 9-point advantage. Going after up and good from Boswell. And the Steelers making a 10-point ball game.
42. Vikings 32.
The kicking team out there for the Steelers, and here they go to send it away. Returning it from the 4. This makes it up to the 25. The Vikings ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. They got the job done there last time out, still trailing by a lot though, so they're going to need a repeat of that touchdown here. Back now, pressure coming. Completed over the middle. Ooh, and he is cracked at the tail end of that play. A good hit, but sure would have loved for it to have come earlier as he gets forward a bunch and gets him the first down. New set of downs from 37.
Get it? No, no.
They'll run here on first down. Not the way to begin a new set of downs, Brock, as they drop him behind the line. Their dominance against his ground game rolls on, Brock. Add another stop to what's going to be some real nice film for them to watch.
How many times do you think in your lifetime, Kate, you've heard from a defensive coordinator, job number 1 is?
Stop the run.
And they've been doing it.
They're throwing it. Complete out to the right. And how about this, Brock? They gain 11 on second down. Nice work to claw some back. They make it third and short.
Sure nice to see them looking for their tight ends in the passing game. Such great size to have out there. It really forces defenses to try to find a way to defend them along with everybody else.
They sent him right up the gut, but he wasn't able to get anywhere. The defense braced for impact, and they made the stop. It's fourth down. Minnesota lined up in punt formation. And this is away. Wisely headed for the sideline to avoid that return. Now this is out of bounds, and what a beauty. He coffin cornered it well. They're going to mark it at the 2-yard line. Mike Tomlin sending his Steelers out there for another drive. And unsurprisingly, Brock, a great day on the scoreboard so far for him. Has him with the advantage as we move through this third quarter.
Come on, come on. 65, 65. Ready.
This plays a design run. And he can only manage 1 yard. The defenders were at the ready to bring him down.
Gained a little bit there. Kind of feels like a gain of nothing. You know why? Because you're still playing with your backs against the end zone. No real breathing room. No margin for error.
68, 70 Rangers, 70 Rangers.
He'll pass it this time. And the pressure gets home. He doesn't throw it in time. That's a safety. Some early down aggressiveness in the shadow of their own end zone, Brock, and unfortunately, it costs them. They're going to have to punt it away following the safety.
Yeah, usually why you see coordinators call runs. Try to give yourself a little bit more room. So if you want to take a risk on third down and it backfires, it doesn't backfire in 2 points. But let's give some credit to that defense. That's a big play, momentum turner in the game.
All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Throwing now off the play action. Looking right, and he finds it. And some excellent work to drive them all the way up past the 30-yard line. 1st down now, ball at the 33. Back play straight ahead. And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3.
That's the kind of run play that feels like tug-of-war at field day. And you're just not moving the other side. Just a short run. Neither side feels particularly good about it, and we'll move to the next.
Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And he goes out of bounds as everyone turns to hear from our referee. So the rare double whammy, Brock. It's intercepted and there's offensive interference on the play, which, of course, they declined.
Yeah, we talk a lot about these receivers, right, having to fight through contact, to play through penalties. Same thing on the other side. That defense has got to finish it, not just be satisfied with knocking the ball away, but actually taking it away.
And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The Steelers pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Boswell gets that point after to go. And the Steelers lead by 15 now.
49, Vikings 34.
The kicking team out there for the Steelers, and here they go to send it away. Return coming from the 6. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25-yard line. Now the Minnesota offense trotting out. And the first half scoring has continued so far in this second half as they try to keep the pace. Not deterred by that pick. He's throwing again. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the drive begins with a rough first step there. That's going to bring up 2nd down.
Come on.
Throwing from the gun. He's going to loft this deep down the left sideline. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
I hate to be Mr. Negative guy, but a sack 2 plays ago, an incompletion right there. All that's missing, Kate, is an interception on this play, and you're going to hand this quarterback a misfortune trifecta that nobody wants.
3rd and long for him here. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
That right there, Kate, that's taking the hard lessons from the previous drive and putting them into practice right here. Don't see a throw you like. It's too tight a window. Don't risk yet another interception.
Starts his return from the 23. It's a nice running on that return. He gets it up past the 35. The Steelers and this running back headed back out for a new series. And they'd love a repeat of their last drive, wouldn't they? Their first play was their only play as they reined it in for 6. Good field position as the Steelers come up to it. 1st and 10. On the ground with Warren. And he'll manage 3 there to begin this one. 2nd and 7 coming up.
It's one of those sneaky little runs, Kate, that gets you enough yards to create some doubt into that defensive coordinator. You could stick to the ground. You could throw beyond the sticks. You really create some indecision now defensively.
And he's going to go out with a pickup of 3, so chipping away a few here ahead of this 3rd down.
That's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd.
A very active quarter for us. Plenty of points in that frame as we reach the end of 3. The Steelers up a couple of scores and in control of the football. The Vikings into the nickel for this third down play.
Here we go. Set.
He's going to throw this one. Hits him on the out route. We'll head out of bounds after a small gain. First and 10 now from the 46.
Let's go.
Shotgun snap. They'll throw. Big strike here to Moore. This one's going to move him all the way down to the 25-yard line. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset. So a new set of downs. Here we go. First and 10.
First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Go.
They'll hand it off to Ward. We'll get about 6 on this run, and more importantly, Brock gets him into the red zone. First down run gets him 6, so now it is 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
They run with Warren. And he's going to be stopped after a pickup of 9, and that's going to make it 1st and goal.
Every offense in this league is looking for a back who can be an athlete and a bruiser at the same time. You feel lucky if you got one. Someone who can, well, eat up space when the lanes are open and deliver a little punishment to stretch plays when that tackler tries to meet him in the hole.
Well, so much for finishing things on the ground, huh? He is stopped at the line. They're going to have to regroup now on 2nd and goal. Still set up at the 9. It's 2nd and goal. Now Warren. And the defense wins this rep. That's stopped at the line, and now they've got 3rd and goal.
This may be one of the only spots in goal-to-goal situations I wouldn't even consider a run. Now, as a quarterback, you better be aware of those eyes defensively because they're going to be all over you in the passing game.
Big play coming up here as everyone gets set for 3rd and goal. Isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense a down away from completing this stand. It's 4th and goal.
Hey, 3rd down, I get it. Give your quarterback some freedom, right, to make a play, even if he's got to work backwards. But it can blow up in your face as it did right there when nothing opens up. I think you could call this one now, Kate. This field goal makes it a 3-score game, and even the most improbable comeback attempts are going to have a hard time erasing that type of deficit here in the final quarter.
Has this at the 6. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Vikings taking the field on offense. And scoring hasn't been the issue for him, Brock, but it has been impossible to hold pace with the offense on the other side of this football field.
And we know they can't get this all back in one play, but they better do it with a sense of urgency.
And he gets this one up to the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset. From the 40-yard line now, this is 1st and 10. Shotgun handoff now to Chandler. And they're all the way across midfield before he's brought down. Offense up to the line fast.
A gain of 13 yards. First down, Minnesota.
To the air now on 1st and 10. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw.
42-yard line.
Yet again, it's Jefferson. And he's stopped almost immediately after that catch. He's down at the 30.
A gain of 12. First down, Vikings.
Ready.
Working now from the gun. Steelers bringing pressure. No place to go. Down he goes. Dose of the hurry up here.
Second down.
He'll look to throw. Short pass caught by his tight end. And they take him down right along the 30.
A 2-yard gain on the play. And it's
Here he goes, 3rd and long. And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped. Working quickly here.
It's a gain of 17 yards. And the Vikings first down.
In the red zone now. And this finds him in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. The Vikings get it back to within 2 possessions.
The kicker on for the point after.
Record there to tack on the extra point. And the Vikings make it an 11-point ball game.
Steelers 52. Vikings 41.
With time ticking away, they prepare for a must-get onside kick. And this is recovered by the Steeler hands team. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. All right, Steelers to the line now. 1st and 10. Right up the gut. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run. So a timeout comes in. It looks like the defense using its first stops this game as we get close to our 2-minute warning.
And 11 at the Vikings 44-yard line.
He's going to throw it. Falls to the ground out left, incomplete.
Just cannot afford right here, Kate, to go 3 and out. Not when you watched your counterpart score a touchdown. Cling to that lead and find a way to convert this 3rd down. It's a big one. And cut off some of the mojo from the other side.
He's got Jones for the completion. And the stop comes at the 15-yard line as he gets them into the red zone. Now before we reach the 2-minute warning, we've got a timeout. That's the second one used by the defense in this half. Pass it in close. And this is down all the way to the 3. Now we get a pause, Brock, as the defense uses its final timeout, so the clock only going to stop again at our 2-minute warning. They pitch it out to him here. And they push him out just as he gets back to the line. 2nd down coming up.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and goal at the 2-yard line.
Keeps it on the option here. And they're going to keep him out once again. That sends him backwards, brings up 3rd and goal. It's the 2-minute warning here in Dublin. Steelers close to beginning the year 4-0. Big play coming up here as everyone gets set for 3rd and goal.
Buffalo 8, Warriors 70. Panther 11, Panther.
Dropping back to throw. And he's got it in close. And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The Steelers have likely locked up the win right there. And that one right down the middle. And the Steelers push their lead to 18.
Vikings 41.
The kicking team out there for the Steelers. And here they go to send it away. Starting from the 5. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down. The Vikings offense back to the field now. And this a final opportunity to make things a little closer in that final score. Back to pass on 1st and 10. Completed to his running back. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 30-yard line.
Now looking to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. Working fast as that clock ticks down.
1st down, Minnesota.
Working on 1st down. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
That's a throw at this level. So much speed and length, you got to be real careful. Rarely do you find a clean window down the middle. It'd be absolutely perfect, and it wasn't there.
Throwing again on 2nd. He goes back to him yet again. Complete. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
A gain of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down.
From the gun on 3rd down. Oh, no, they get him yet again. And the Steelers are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season.
Okay, quick.
The Steelers with some very good field position as they get set 1st and 10. Oh, Brock, look at this. He's setting up to throw it. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. 2nd down, still 10 to go after that incomplete pass. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And it's a nice game, but they needed just 1 more yard to move the chains. About set. This is 3rd and 5.
Gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Viking 60 Bobcat. 60 Bobcat. Go.
Throwing from the gun here. He has the first over the middle. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. That's a pickup of 9. And a fresh set of downs for Pittsburgh.
Every time I see one of those angle routes, I think back to my day one install. Rookie minicamp in the NFL. Texas, angle route. 49ers of the 80s, they were making hay with it then, and the running back's still doing it to this day.
Sends this to the end zone. And it is caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The Steelers keep adding to that fourth quarter lead. Point after up and good from Boswell. And the Steelers grow their lead yet again.
66, Vikings 41.
The kicking team out there for the Steelers, and here they go to send it away. His return starts at the 5. And he's stopped on the run back at the 27.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Ready, set.
Going trips left here as they get set. First and 10.
Let's go. Pass the 6.
Shaking off the pick quickly. He's going to throw. Maybe a bit of desperation. Here's a deep shot. And their final effort is going to hit the ground incomplete. But no reason not to throw it long there, as this game is over. So make a check in the win column for the Steelers. And their start to the season not cooling off by any means, as they move to 4-0 on the year.
The thing about depression, you think your life is over. When I was all alone, you came and changed how I feel.